Como é que é, pessoal? Bem-vindos novamente ao Undergroundsvoice ao vivo. Hoje tenho o prazer de receber aqui o Keijo, vocalista de Rotten Sound. Man, thank you so much for being here. First of all, it's a huge honor for me to meet you. I'm a huge fan of the band, so it's great to meet you. Welcome back to Portugal.
Yeah, it's
welcome
been a
to
while. Well, not that long.
A couple of years. Yeah. Do you have any opinion about Portugal? Any special memories about the gigs here?
Well, I mean, we've done festivals mostly, but I remember playing here with Exhumed and Grind, the second, the small room, and that was great. So, yeah, really good times. I've enjoyed it always, and I somehow find Portuguese mentality not so far from Finnish, which sounds weird, but there's some similarities in our history, and maybe it figures that like it may have affected us. We are more respectful than some of the bigger countries around us, or something like that.
yeah, that's true.
Not to name any of them.
What can you expect about tonight?
Well, I heard there's a good amount of tickets sold, like in every show, so it will be fun for sure. It's always a big surprise for us that people are showing up early, since we're the first one on the tour.
Yeah.
And I don't want to expect that though, but I hope it happens. And
it will be great for sure.
Yeah, I hope it's going to be a good night.
The latest album, Apocalypse, was released almost 2 years ago, and it's one of those albums we don't have even time to think what the fuck is going on there. It's really fast, it's aggressive, it's frenetic. It's Rotten Sound being Rotten Sound, right? It's another album like that.
Yeah, but obviously, we wanted to kind of turn the turbo screw tighter. Because we had few albums of having more of mid-pace and death metal, and somehow it felt like going back to the grindcore of Exit and Murderworks felt like the right thing right now.
Yeah.
Also, death metal got too hip, so we don't do that.
It's an amazing album. It's really frenetic. I think it's one of the best Rotten Sound's albums so far.
It's good to hear that the ninth one can be one of the best still.
Yeah, I really think that. In my opinion, it's Apocalypse is more cursed than the Abuse to Suffer, in my opinion.
Possibly no. I don't know. Maybe.
Just because of the production, I think the sound is more similar.
Right.
I don't know if it makes sense for you or not.
We don't find it similar as Curse. We think that Curse is way different again, but people hear them differently. I think this is more in your face and maybe more closer to Exit and Murderworks. But perhaps since we have musically moved to different direction, it might be, I guess even the music might be closer to Curse, but I don't know. It's hard to compare our own albums, really.
Right, sure.
We just don't want to do the same album over and over again. It was AC/DC playing a minute ago. I love them, but we are not AC/DC.
It's a nice song to hear for an interview. It's the first album with Matti on the band.
Yeah.
What did he bring new to the band, and which contribution he had on Apocalypse?
Well, he's doing backing vocals, but all the songs were written before he joined. The process took kind of a long time for us. We were being sloppy, and it was COVID, and everything just happened. So, and also we didn't want to be in a hurry. We spent a lot of time in practicing and pre-production before we started to do the studio, which also took a lot of calendar time.
Yeah.
The studio days we spent were not that many, but it was spread over many months. But like Matti hasn't written. I think he has some ideas for next releases.
Oh, cool.
But there's also the next release, Mass Extinction, a mini. It's kind of an annex, like Suffer the Abuse, to Apocalypse, and that was recorded in the same session. So he hasn't contributed in writing yet.
Yeah.
But he's a good songwriter. He's done other songs before, so I'm waiting for his riffs in future.
It's more than 30 years career. And you guys have more EPs than albums. Is there any specific reason for that, or just life happening?
No, it's just happening. And like this pattern has been really good for us, that we do one album and then make a song out of it. And since we don't usually record things that we don't find ready or good. So we have usually, this has happened many times now, that there's Species at War, Sovereignty Abuse, and then now Mass Extinction. So those songs need to be released, but it's not a full album.
Yeah.
And on another way around, we don't need to go to studio too often. Just being lazy.
Yeah. You and Mika are together in the band since the beginning. The band have a few lineup changes over the years. It's normal. How important is to work with him since the beginning for the band?
We started as a project from a band we were together in. Like we had Vomitories and death metal band before. So, I mean, since it was more of a side project in the beginning, it wasn't. Obviously, it was working together, but we weren't really focusing that much on Rotten Sound at first. Mika was making songs, and the rest of us were joining. I think I was writing some music too back then. But then we did a couple of things: EPs, minis, vinyl, and album. And it was until I think Drain album when we started to really work more closely together. And obviously, from that point on, it's been really important that Mika is there, because he's still, maybe not anymore, Sami is writing more songs, but he's still kind of the driving force in the like production side, whereas like the music, and then I'm writing the lyrics, and then we kind of share the responsibilities of running the band together as well.
Yeah.
So as DIY, no management, but it's basically shared by two of us.
Yeah.
So coming long story short, I think that's very important right now that we work together, because it makes things so much more fair that it's not just one person, him or me, and also we can also discuss things with two of us and then bring them to other two who are not that interested in the the running, the behind things, which every band needs to do, so that we think like, okay, maybe they will not like this, and then we bring it on the table and see the whole board together. Board, well, it's democratic or anarchist, whatever it is, so that we agree things together. But me and Mika usually kind of choose the things before, like this tour.
Yeah.
We were like, we gotta do this way or another, and got them in it, and then obviously they were excited as well.
30 years later, you guys still being the soul of the band.
From now on?
Yeah.
Oh, if you're alive, yeah.
We hope so.
I'm 54, so that's the physics. Depends on how much rock and roll we do in future. Like the living style.
Yeah. Are you already working on new songs?
New songs?
Yeah.
There's something done musically, but I'm always writing the lyrics when I hear the songs, so I haven't heard any demos yet. But I've heard there's some demos. But like this is also a cool thing with the mini coming probably early next year or something.
Yeah.
That we have this extra time so we can work on the music more, and I don't know how the direction is gonna be. Is it gonna be like Apocalypse or maybe some difference again?
It will be a good music for sure.
Hopefully. Rotten.
Will you come back soon?
Yeah, hopefully.
We hope so.
Yeah, well, Vega Brothers, another one of them is coming today, so maybe some festival.
really hope so.
Yeah.
You're always welcome to Portugal. So finally, thank you so much. It started raining. Thank you so much for being here. Once again, it was a huge honor for us to meet you, to receive you here at Underground's Voice. Last words for the Portuguese fans.
Thank you. Thanks for this. My pleasure. Very nice.
Our pleasure.
Yeah. See you again and see you inside.
Yeah, for sure. Malta, muito obrigado. Foram os Rotten Sound no Underground's Voice. Nós voltamos em breve. Fiquem bem.